Great day, honeys. I hope you guys are awesome. Y'all know it's late. I think for me, and I don't know if it's like just the creative, like artsy part of me that makes me a night owl, or if I'm just a night owl and I just choose to do those things at night. I'm not really sure. But I honestly don't get like a lot of inspiration until like it's pitch black outside, which is just kind of strange to me. But yeah, I'm gonna try tomorrow to do the nugget earlier in the day, but I cannot make any guarantees whatsoever. But we are now on day 19, so stay tuned for our next nugget of freedom. Okay, so for this particular nugget, it's similar to the very first or maybe third one that we had, because it focuses on communication. And what really came to mind, literally like a few moments ago, is to have those tough conversations. Because if you don't talk about it, nothing changes. And if nothing changes, you're still going to feel the same way that you feel unless you choose to let it go, right? Like, unless you choose just to get over it. But if so, you have to challenge yourself to be okay with having those tough conversations. It's going to be awkward, it's going to be uncomfortable, but the great thing is, after it's all over and done, things will potentially be better. And even if they're not better, at least you have allowed for yourself to use your voice and to have those conversations. Because and it can be like the slightest misunderstanding or disagreement or whatever whatever you may be facing right now. I don't know, what life is like for you, but it's okay to put yourself out there and to initiate those tough conversations. Because more often than not, somebody else either wants to have the same conversation or they're just completely oblivious to whatever's taking place. So talk about it. That's your nugget for today. Talk about it, because in that you're going to find freedom and liberty to not only vocally express yourself, but to really just make that a habit. We have to be okay with really expressing ourselves consistently, and it doesn't mean we make a big deal about any and everything, but it does mean for those things that shift us, that kind of shake us some, or those things that we find to be disrespectful or rude or just unnecessary, that we're okay with vocalizing those things, or that we're okay with vocalizing what it is that we need from another person or what it is that we need for ourselves. I was on Instagram just a little while ago, and this guy I followed for like years. He's like an author, writer, poet person, and he posted something about communicating to like your partner, your mate, your spouse, whomever, maybe your need for alone time. I love alone time. It's something that I value. It's something that I treasure. And so I already know that that's something I'm going to have a conversation about. But I thought it was great just the way that he worded it, because it really is as simple as letting that be known. So if there's something that you're expecting, if there is something that you need, something you desire for yourself or from someone else, vocalize those things. So that kind of, this honestly, I guess, ties in maybe 2 or 3 different nuggets that we've done over these past few couple of weeks. But it really is just about making sure that you're talking about whatever needs to be talked about. Be that person that just goes into the conversation ready to start it. And it doesn't mean you have all the right words, but it means you're able to recognize that a conversation needs to take place, right? So that's all I have for today, guys. That's it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Have those tough conversations. Write out maybe some different pointers that you want to discuss ahead of time, because that helps with flow and maybe eases the nerves some. But talk about those things. Have those conversations with your family members, with your coworkers, with your partner, with your children. Have those conversations, because the thing is, if they're not had, are you going to be okay with whatever the outcome or consequence is of not having the conversation? Can you be settled with that? If the answer to that question is no, then that means you have to have the conversation. And if not, that means you're choosing to be fine with how things are. And that means those things would just continue until you blow up and it becomes a bigger issue than what it really needs to be. So, okay, talk about it. Have those tough conversations. Let me know if you need my support. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I will see you all tomorrow for our 20th Nugget of Freedom. Bye.